Let's talk business now. Nigeria spends about $1 billion annually on the importation of fish. Well, this was disclosed by the director of Nigerian Institute for Oceanography and Marine Research, Adekunle Oreguna, at the Vocational Training and Empowerment on Aquaculture Production and Fish Post-Harvest and Youth Women in Ebonyi State. Mr. Oreguna noted that the country has a huge potential for fish production, which would save the country about $1 billion used on importation. He adds that the country is deficient in fish production and wants to increase the number of people who had knowledge and skills for fish farming. He further urged government to create an enabling environment that will boost fish production in the country. Former Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Dr. Sarah Alade, wants accountants to equip themselves with requisite financial technology skills to function well in the present-day dynamic world. Dr. Alade spoke at the annual dinner of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. We have details in this report.
Financial technology is broadly defined as any technological innovation in financial services. Those engaged in the industry develop new technologies to disrupt traditional markets. Fintech companies utilize technology as widely available as payment apps to more complex software applications such as artificial intelligence and big data. Discussions at this gathering tends to look critically at the roles of accountants in the developing world of fintech.
The accountant must increase his knowledge of financial systems, licenses, regulations, and guidelines. The accountant must enhance his IT knowledge and expertise. The accountant must find his niche and become the go-to person for fintechs in this area. The accountant must understand funding needs and be positioned to enable fintech startups have timely access to finance.
The job of the accountant has been defined. You are no longer supposed to be bookkeepers. It's the machine, the equipment that will be doing the bookkeeping. When you are doing things that are repetitive in nature, that is where robots come in. They will do it at an extra speed. What will take human beings hours to do, it will take seconds for robots to be doing. And if you are talking of robots in this sense, we are not talking about physical robots, we are talking about solutions.
This bank chief believes that there is need for accountants to equip themselves with digital skills to enhance information, technology, knowledge sharing, and financial service delivery to firms and individuals.
Leveraging on fintech, you can make payments at 1 a.m. on a Sunday morning. You can receive or do commerce at 2 a.m. on a Saturday morning. These are periods where without a fintech and the ability to leverage digital, you have to wait till the next day. So the role of the fintech is actually improving efficiency and then allowing scale, because you can now transact right from your bedroom.
The 2014 prediction of The Economist states that accountants and auditors are among the top 3 professionals most likely to be replaced by robots in the next 20 years. Hence, there is a need to improve standards at all fronts.
White House advisor Ivanka Trump is on the second of a 4-day tour of Africa to promote a $50 million initiative aimed at encouraging women employment in developing countries. President Donald Trump's eldest daughter met representatives of African women and Ethiopian President Sahle-Work in Addis Ababa. She's due to take part in a World Bank policy summit and then visit Ivory Coast to promote female entrepreneurs in the country's cocoa industry.
As we seek to, through WGDP, empower 50 million women in the developing world by 2025, one of the critical ways we want to do that is through empowering entrepreneurs with access to capital so they can start and grow their businesses. We know that once there's proof of concept, it's often very hard to scale from a small business to to a medium-sized business, to a larger business. And once there's scale, that's when you create the opportunities for local employment. Women hire other women and create a virtuous cycle of prosperity.
Well, oil prices trade mixed at the international market early on Tuesday as the United States presidential hopeful Elizabeth Warren promises to ban oil and gas drilling in the country. At the London market, Brent crude sells at $71 per barrel. For the OPEC basket, dealers offer $70 for a barrel. According to the Bank of America's Merrill Lynch, crude oil prices are likely to reach $100 per barrel this year.